because EDG started out 3-0, right? They started out as a top dog, but T1 got a lot better the second time around. They had the clean sweep. EDG even ended with a drop to 100 Thieves, I believe. So,
yeah,
you know, it was like, wait, LPL's kind of collapsing, right? They're all losing all their games. You know, your one win was to DFM, who went 0-6. Like, what's going on here to the LPL? But RNG kind of took care of business, and then we saw, right, LNG also fell off. Yeah,
I would say at least for Group B, the way that EDG lost that one versus 100 Thieves, they lost it through their own strengths. I think just you know, Viper and Mako dying very early to something that is pretty preventable. So I think don't put too much resources like that. That's still an incredibly scary team to go up against. Group B just has like 2 powerhouses. So yeah, it's gonna be a scary one.
Well, I think both the LPL teams have pretty clear tactics you can use against them. Whereas I think Dom1 and T1 are both incredibly scary and a little bit more versatile than both.
All right, so technically this doesn't matter which team is drawn first. The brackets can kind of go any way for the most part. But here we go. RNG going to be in, I assume, the top left side of the bracket.
Yep.
That means Hanwha Life is going to be on the right-hand side, of course. Opposite them, you know, your group mate cannot be on your side of the bracket. Not first round or second round. So RNG going to headline up there. Who's beneath them?
If you want to play, if you're going to play RNG, you probably want to play the top side, keep Xiaohu down, and kill Cryan a lot.
That's the strategy.
That's the strat.
And ban Twisted Fate.
So if going to the same side of the bracket, this immediately feels like the side of life to me.
Yeah.
To me, I put DK and T1 as the strongest team from, at least in form, in the group stage. So suddenly you're like, oh, I would love to be drawn here.
Yeah, I think it's lopsided for sure now.
It means Mad Lions on the opposite side, by the way. Mad Lions is getting Dom1 or T1. Yep. Unless they're going back and forth. I don't know for sure the format of it, but yeah, T1, Dom1 Key gonna be the last draw. So yeah, if it's left side, right side, that's the halves.
And just as a reminder, I mean, T1 just looked really good around their rookie players in Gumayushi and Owner. I'm really excited to see how they play. I mean, their vision setup is really good. They just have really talented players, so just do not want to draw that team.
Not a surprise. I would like to see the bracket on screen, I hope, because I'm curious what this whole thing looks like, if it is what my expectation is. All right, but it's pushing on forward. Here we go, Pool 2. This
All right.
RNG's opponent. It cannot be Hanwha Life.
He doesn't want to touch it. Oh, he baited us.
Okay. So yes, it is side of life, side of death.
Yep. Holy moly.
So we know, by the way, Hanwha Life must be in the bottom side, and Mad Lions must be in the bottom side, because Hanwha Life was in RNG's bracket.
Yes.
And Mad Lions. So those are the sacrificial lines, by the way. Like, those are their opponents.
Yeah, this is actually quite a good first round draw for Cloud9, because we either get Gen G or RNG. And I think everybody agrees Gen G probably the weakest first seed, and then it's up to your interpretation whether you would rather face T1 or RNG, and I think there's easier, clearer game plan versus RNG, so I think both of those are optimal.
Okay, what's the draw? Hanwha Life, again, cannot be RNG's opponent. I believe this puts them in the bottom side, and I think the first available spot would be T1. So I believe this is Hanwha Life T1 as the third quarterfinal in the bracket.
See if we get a look at this one. I mean, just generally speaking, Hanwha Life as a team really started to grow as a team as they moved along in the tournament. Just as a reminder, they were the team that started off in play-ins. So I was actually pretty happy with them. Taking a look at it, So they're going up against T1. That's going to be a pretty fun best of 5 to see, just to see how Chovy does going up against Faker.
Mad Lions, I'm so sorry. Mad Lions, that best of one against Gen G. That best of one against Gen G ended up being, do I play Hanwha Life, you know, or do I play, do I play Cloud9 or EDG, or do I play Dom1 Kia? Second match. EDG, I think that's top side.
Yeah, that's RNG. That's RNG. That's RNG for EDG then. That means we got Gen G!
That means Cloud9 and Gen G. We know all the quarterfinals now.
No shot.
So I am a bit of a fan, honestly, of same region quarterfinals. To me, they're more interesting because then you get cross-region semis more often. Like, that to me is a more interesting kind of bracket here. So RNG, EDG, Edward Gaming, the LPL champions, are facing the MSI champions.
It's insane. That's like, just for LPL fans out there, there's always a death match between your regional death match.
Yeah.
It always happens. It happened last year.
Oh no, we have multiple teams in the knockout stage.
They have to take their own boys out. I'm just saying.
I will
Last
say
time
though,
around.
there are only 2 LPL teams though. One's getting knocked out right away, right? So immediately they're down to 1 semifinals, and all the hope is on that team. Mad Lions,
Exactly.
has to get thrown to the Wolves of Damwon Kia, the only undefeated team at Worlds. That's going to be a tough road. But Mad Lions, I mean, they have punched above their weight before. They took DK to 5 games. They were up 2-1 in that series.
I mean,
They had one better game, and that's you.
They're an exciting team to watch. Just the last game, I thought that their bottom lane performed quite well. And so, of course, they have to put in their all. They 100% have to have their best day, but I'm looking forward to it.
Cloud9 had a 0-3 start to Worlds.
Hey,
Made it through the tiebreakers for the first time in history.
they deserve a good, easier draw this time around because they got the tougher draw. They had the group of death.
True.
In group stage.